Good morning, my friends. My name is TheFreind here, and today we'll be talking about one of my Jaina games. This is part of my Agent of the Kirin-Tor guide series from Heroes Fire, I should say. Today's topic is going to be how to deal with melee assassins, or assassins in general. Genji and Kerrigan in particular, these guys can absolutely shred you apart when they catch you alone. And how should you deal with them best? It's a quick match, but we're fighting some formidable opponents. And Butcher does make the competition a little bit rougher. Here you want to support your Butcher as much as you can. Since he can set a reliable stun, you can drop a Blizzard after that. You can guarantee basically 2 waves off that. And put some extra abilities. Here I get Chain. I'm very lucky I didn't get pulled by the Kerrigan. Garazine gives his life to me. Right now I see Hammer is bot lane. I will go to rotate immediately with and see if I can contest the XP. Now out of nowhere Genji jumps me and I was not paying attention and I just died very embarrassingly here. He was able to spot me from this bush here and he just very barely snagged me on the edge of it. On Towers of Doom, the meta, as you should be, is you have 4 people bot lane, so that you can contest both of these siege camps here, and then you have 1 person double soaking top and mid lane. Kerrigan is going to beat Butcher in almost every single regard imaginable, so this is definitely going to be a very nerve-wracking game. And already we're on the back foot here. We have worse siege damage. Our team fighting prowess is going to be a little bit weaker. Something I come across a stealth siege tank. That's not good. So my objective early game is, if you have a bad early game... Again, he just popped off there. I was just doing a little bit of support, stacking my Frostbite quest, because in this game, Iceblock is going to mean all the difference. When you're against these melee assassins, you need to get it online as soon as possible, so that you can take them out. Small mistake there, I should have hit the pumpkins first. Let them clump a little bit closer, and then Blizzard. I think I missed the first wave on that corner one. That's no biggie. We're alone, nobody's coming into Russia, so we're all good on that front. Ideally, if you're behind, you should be sure to soak up as much experience as you can. And one of my most important pickups this game is going to be Frost Armor. I pick up Frost Armor, and I'm planning on picking up Numbing Blast so that I can deal with this Genji, especially after that's level 1 kill. Seems like he knows what he's doing, so I need to give myself extra protection against that. He tried auto-attacking me here. I immediately just tossed out Q and an E, and I just clipped his health severely. And now that he's severely injured, he's not going to want to continue following, attacking me, etc. Of course, Garazine also giving me some support. And I think we know where this one leads. Yep. Oh, that's my boy. He plays a good game there. Here, we took our camp, but their camp is available. We see 3 people missing, so I double-checked the camp there. It's already gone. See if we can support the Sapper camps to get into there and clear out theirs. Success! We deal damage to their buildings, so now we have a small experience advantage. And right now, this is a little bit worrisome. Sergeant Hammer makes this bot lane altar much more challenging to take over. And if Kerrigan invades our altar, she's just gonna win it over Butcher, but at least he can stall it. Kerrigan was actually down here bot lane, so we don't have to worry about that. Hammer is in the middle here. She's in a very advantageous spot. I need to go Fountain up if I want to contest this, and now it gets very difficult here. Fortunate Whip. She stepped up a little bit too close, and then I punished her for that. Do what I can to support. I pushed forward a little bit. I almost got punished by the Ariel, but I was barely able to snag that kill. Really, I'm just floating around the fights. I am doing as little as I can to commit or put myself in danger. I want to see how things turn out, let them use their abilities, and then I come in following up in order to land a kill or do some additional damage. My team is very lethal. Like, if Zul'jin, Butcher, or Genji see anybody at low health, they're gonna go for the kill. Hammer overextended just a little bit too much. I stay mounted as far as I can until I'm certain that I can land my Cone of Cold and Frostbolt on her. And I got the kill there. Let's see. Now that I'm back for some mana here, campus in 18 seconds. I think I just go mid lane here. No, I think I'm going top lane. Okay. I pick up Fingers of Frost. Since I don't have any mana regeneration from Arcane Intellect, I need a way to get mana, and I need a way to get some additional damage. So, Fingers of Frost there. Ooh, this RO stepped a little too close. And she makes one big misstep. She thought she was ganking a lone butcher, and then we managed to come up just in time. So Fingers of Frost gives me mana regeneration, gives me something to do. I want to pick up all those globes, currently 9 out of 10. And I picked up Ice Flows because there are 2 melee heroes that I can confidently hit, Genji and Kerrigan. And these backliners are not too dangerous. If I walk up to them, they're not going to kill me right away. So I can approach them and also take advantage of Ice Flows. I'd love to see if we can stall a bit. Butcher's going in. I do a shortcut. Very nice. Currently, frontline's getting shredded, but Butcher's hanging strong there. We're almost level 10 because we took out that tower and we had some good soaking. We hit level 10 first. I immediately queue up Water Elemental to be my favorite. No, I didn't. So one of my big tips, sorry to pause it here, is to favorite the heroic or talents that you plan on picking, and then the hotkey bind choosing your favorited talent. So as soon as you level up, you immediately pick it up. Here, I think I had Ring Frost, and then I did a snap choice into Water Elemental, so this is not a good example of it, but it's extremely important like level 10, because when you hit level 10, you're going to win this fight. And I wanted to give them as little reaction speed as possible. I put a very aggressive elemental up in the front lines, and then I just start the chase. If we can scare them away, we can secure this altar here, and then we'll win the objective. Elemental goes down, I focus fire onto the RL, I do what damage I can. Very nice. I did a little bit more damage over there. That went great. So I was trying to kill Kerrigan there. However, as I approached her, I was able to not only splash my cone on her, I also tagged Kel'Thuzad with it. Just a little bit of extra damage and extra crowd control. And that little extra damage chilled him, did substantial damage, and then as he fell back into the gate there, I was able to cast another cone over the wall, and then our Genji was able to pick him off and then get out. There's really no reason not to maximize your damage as much as possible. Hold off your abilities until you hit more enemies. I primarily do this just for Ice Flow's cooldown reduction value, but of course damage is very important. Our Iceblock is almost complete, so that's very good. You want to take these bottom sapper camps as much as possible, so that they can help siege down this bottom lane fort, which is the real objective of this game. Massive whip there. Fight's going decent. I get jumped on by Kerrigan here, and situation is not looking good. Oh yeah. So Hammer was entrenched on the side here, and then we focused on everybody but her, so we just ended up taking a lot of damage here. Oh, that was funny.
I hate resorting to...
So what ended up happening there is Genji got a little confident. If I'm not mistaken, he had deflect. Yes, he had deflect. So he jumped over the wall, he hit me, and he immediately got frost armored. When you attack Jaina, you get chilled. So I turned around, I press Q, and then I press E. This sequence is very important because the Q needs travel time. So there's a half-second delay before it reaches your target. But your Cone of Cold is completely instant. I didn't want to make him panic and activate his deflect sooner than I want to. So by doing it Q and E, and I know that he's chilled, so the sequence doesn't matter, I immediately drop him dead in 800 damage, just like that, instantly. If I Cone of Cold and then Frostbolt, he'll be reduced down to a quarter of his health. He probably panics, presses deflects, and then runs away. Really, it was his mistake thinking that he could kill me at when I had Frost Armor. He should know that earlier in the game he got Frost Armored, I retaliated, and then he didn't change his playstyle, especially since he was so low. I actually saw him in the Fog of War, so I braced myself for it,
Violence.
and it worked out
You're
great.
an exception.
But that fight did not work great because, one, I missed my Code on this Aro here, very embarrassingly. And I did not have that for the rest of the fight. Kerrigan and Genji, you know, were mauling each other, were mauling our team over here, and I was just not doing any damage to them. So very big mistake on this part.
The time is now, heroes. Claim the altars.
Here I back off here. There is no way I can contest that. I pick up some globes of progress. Our Kara team was able to rush in and interrupt. I think. Yes, here. Got my elemental up, so I better take advantage of it. It's going to be a hard fight with Hammer in position already. Get jumped on. It's not good. An amazing Karazim ultimate, but Genji just waited it out, so I was not able to take advantage. Since I couldn't really participate in the fight, what I ended up doing is I tried to rush for level 13, clear out the mid wave, maybe apply some pressure there, grab a few globes to progress, wait until my team arrives. So they do arrive, but I wasn't paying attention. A Kerrigan suddenly jumped me from here, but I had a little bit of support there. Frost Armor aided me out, but she had no chance of killing me because I had Iceblock available. Iceblock is such an important component to your arsenal in that it lets you be aggressive. It lets you step up and basically do whatever you want. And when they try to retaliate against you, you just activate the Ice Block on the most important ability that they have. Typically, it's crowd control, but it's other abilities as well that might activate the rest of their combo or it deals lots of damage, etc. You'll know it's case by case on each hero. So now I have Icy Veins, I have Ice Blast, I have Elemental, I have Ice Block, and almost done with Fingers of Frost. I am basically prepared. And since Butcher here is very dangerous, immediate Ice Block so that I don't get dragged and then pulled. That is probably the most dangerous thing that can threaten my life. If I get CC locked by Kerrigan in that drag and then I get stunned by the impaling spikes, I die. Because that's a second and a half crowd control. I cannot use my stasis during that. I need to use it before it. Very fortunate I was able to pull it off before she was able to pull me, so no harm to me. Got a little dicey for a second, but somehow neither team died. So right now, we don't see the rest of the team. Nobody's catching Soak top lane. Everybody just disappeared. Our camp is up. Where are they going? They're going to be in this central lane here. And if you don't have control of this central portion, it is extremely dangerous to cross over, and you need to do a very long trek around if you want to get to the mid lane. So I checked the bush here. Obviously, they're in it. I play all the way back. I am out of danger, out of vision, out of mind. Central bush is clear. Hammer is in position. I go for this globe here for 19 out of 20. I should be with my team a little bit sooner, though. Approach from the side. Activate Ice Veins. Activates Ice Block here. Woo. So I intentionally activated Ice Block to protect myself. Make sure, let's see. So I activated Ice Block here, and then I waited 2 seconds for my Cone of Cold to come back off of cooldown so that I can blast both of them again. I think my Icy Veins just ran out at that time, so I wasn't getting any extra cooldown reduction, so there was no need to pull it up a little bit sooner. So I dropped it. I dropped my abilities once more. We finished off Kerrigan. My team was able to advance and help me out there. And then we ran down Genji as well. When he was over here, what I did is, since your opponents are slowed, take the time to aim just a little bit. Take a note where they're going, and then Frostbolt where they're about to head to. The thing is, you can be a little bit more lenient. You don't have to lead them exactly. You can actually just target their body. And because they're so slow, it's going to reach them even if they go left, even if they go right. So just take your time to aim. Down he goes. We managed to get objective here. Thanks to that. Very good engaged by Butcher. If anything, he's the sacrificial meat. That he's the stun bot. And Kerrigan is the enemy team's stun bot. So very funny how this works out. Now we're level 16. Numbing Blast.
I'm on my way.
I have no fear anymore.
Destroy this fort.
Because of the fact that Frost Armor chills them and that I have Ice Blows, These two heroes cannot kill me right away. Kerrigan can stunlock me, but I can ice block it if I see it coming. I applied a little bit of damage to slowing, and that was the extent of what I was about to do. Let's see. Yeah, no, we can't really siege with our health bars right now, so I think I elect to get the camp over here. Yes. Yeah, Kerrigan just arrived, so no point in pushing there. Taking out forts is the real important objective on this map. Sure, altars are good and all, but look how many altars we went through, and the team is relatively even. When you take a fort on this map, that's -1 to you when you lose an altar, and +1 to you whenever you win, obviously, but over time, this really stacks up. Ooh. I think, again, another very dangerous standoff. Neither team dies there. Excellent Aegis from the Ariel in preventing the Butcher Lamp. Otherwise, I would have been able to root the Genji, and he would have died right there and then. Let's see, how much experience did I get for the team? I am the highest XP on the team. I've done a relatively good job of picking it up whenever I can, judiciously. Even though ice fight going on. Approach from the side, all the abilities are spent. I don't have my ice cones, unfortunately. Altar is up. And we're just gonna accept how it is right now. Okay. Genji is buying time, and we just lost the altar. Ooh. Excellent. Zul'jin landed a perfect ensnare there. I was able to get Genji shield thanks to Frost Armor yet again, and then I was able to land a 2-man ice cones here. That is the magic number. 2 people that are chilled with ice flows and icy veins brings it down to 1 second. Numbing Blast roots them. So if you're able to spot 2 enemies that are chilled, you can continuously root them and have them killed. Both Ariel and Genji died just like that, no problem. And now we have the man advantage. We can take the altar successfully, even though Genji did an incredible stalling tactic while Sergeant Hammer took their top right here, so it got dodgy for a quick second. But we were able to snag a pick here before she arrived, and we were able to secure the objective. I think this is a graduating range Sergeant Hammer. I didn't really like my elemental here, but I decided to force it out. I have Iceblock, so I'm really not afraid of the Kel'Thuzad, and that killed. So when he changed me, all I need to do is... he pulls up the spike, I Ice Block at that time. When I Ice Block, he cannot pull me over. He's going to preemptively try to root the place I'm about to be, probably drop his ultimate. It's a very predictable kind of combo. So if I interrupt it, I will avoid all of his damage, and I will avoid all of his CC. I don't have to choose suffering the CC and then choosing to deflect the damage. Either way, I summoned the elemental here because I suspect the Kel'Thuzad was just going to beeline towards bot lane's altar, but he did not. He actually was central there. I let it loose. It was able to slow him. I approached him. I was able to root him and get a kill on him. He was half health. I had more health. I had Ice Block. I was confident I could get away with it. Let's see. What towns have everybody chosen? We've got Reflect, so additional damage there, and nothing extra that's super special or dangerous. So, stalemate going on. I see that this fort is nearly dead, and this is actually a good thing that we're not killing it. If we kill it now, there's going to be 30 seconds of it respawning, and then the enemy team will just immediately destroy it, so we'll have gained nothing from it. But by keeping it low, we're pressuring the enemy team to stay bot lane and protect it. And as soon as the objective rises, we can destroy this fort, and then boom. As soon as it gets destroyed, there's a 2-second delay, and then after that, it counts just as well as a full fort in offering cannon damage. So we'll have a 5-3 advantage for these next 2 altars. Of course, going after the fort can be a very bad idea. It's probably very dangerous. The person best suited for this is Genji, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Yep, he's going for it. So perfect timing. He approaches the fort, no problem, takes it down. And look at this. We deal 5, they deal 3. Perfect timing. Right now, we just need to stall time for Genji to come back to us. I'm taking our altar, even though I probably should be with the team. I approach. I pick up Iceblock this game. From the side here, I got Kerrigan rooted. He was about to impale me, so I protected myself, bought time for my team. And that was a very simple fight there. At level 20, I'd like to go Iceblock instead of Winter Mutes. I've shown this game that I'm extremely lethal to the enemy heroes when I'm able to approach them and have them rooted. So I felt like maybe some more survivability or aggression action with Iceblock was more in order. I used it on the Genji there. I immediately teleported right next to him. I immediately dropped the Cone of Cold to root him. The rest of my team was able to follow up there. He got focused down here. Boss was helping us out a little bit, and then he fell. Sergeant Hammer died a little bit earlier, not to me, but to my team. And I was able to come from the side, clean up Kerrigan. Thanks to the Numbing Blast, she cannot use her Q, which is her primary damage ability, and she can't approach me or threaten me really after that. With Iceblock there, just in case anything gets hairy, I was able to help out. 4 enemy team members are dead late game. This is what you call a comeback map. And we're able to just mop the floor with these 2 forts here. Ariel can't possibly hope to stop us. I have no idea where she is right now, to be honest. She should really be top lane. Yeah, she should be top lane right now because we're both low health. You know, she could probably just shove us away. Big mistake on her part. Once we take out this fort, we can take these sapper camps, and that can threaten top lane here. It'll approach the gates here. And then your ideal thing is that you defend bot lane here. Middle is respawning, top has just fallen. Bot lane is the only one that is damaged and currently up, so they should be taking it. But instead, they go mid lane here, perfectly fine. Sappers will now force them into choosing between top lane or taking a keep, as we're slowly barraging their core. In my case, I called for a boss here. This was a mistake. You should be defending the forts here, and then you'll find out very soon why. The barrage stopped right before we took out the boss, so now it's 1 out of 40. Kerrigan took a lot of damage here. I took advantage. They have the hammer's range with ultra capacitors. That was a bad link, but the game is over. Right there, I kind of panicked because it was a very adrenaline-heavy game. Like, I was really pumping it. I had little hope we could win against this kind of competition. This is a much more terrifying competition. But we were able to snag something out. We were able to start coming back. And right now, if we mess this up, we're going to lose forts. Something's about to go wrong. And these sappers were right here. You know, I was begging these things to just barely go over the wall. And so I do a very aggressive blink, you know, hopefully add the chill as if I didn't already and see if I can kill her. Luckily, she did go down. And then the pumpkins immediately went in, and that sealed the fate. If that didn't happen, we could probably just send somebody all the way down here, and we'll capture that altar. It doesn't really matter what they do. It's a lose-lose situation. When you lose a team fight late game in Towers of Doom, that means you lose three keeps. And this is why it's called the comeback map. So long as you can hold on for dear life, you can win the game. Especially since we got that bot lane keep. They've never been able to reclaim it, and we managed to really take advantage in the last fight there, thanks to Genji snapping it off. This is how Jaina works well against most melee assassins. When you specialize your talents into it, Frost Armor, Numbing Blast, and then you pick up the cooldown reduction with Ice Flows, and then maybe you pick up an Ice Blink. In fact, you are extremely dangerous. You're in prime range. You prefer to be closer than long range than most mages. And these heroes can't possibly kill you without using their auto attacks, so you always have them chilled. They're slowed, they're vulnerable to roots, and then you have a water elemental to make things even worse for them. They can't possibly deal with that elemental. They need their team support for it, and if they kill you, the elemental will go after them as well. So it gets even better all the time. And lastly, Iceblock, a nice quick 40-second invulnerability, just in case anything goes awry. And so I used it to great effect throughout the whole game. This is how you play Jaina against melee assassins. And I hope you've learned something. I've made a lot of mistakes this game, but hopefully you've learned from them. That's all. Peace out.